Hey, what's up, garden friends? Jeff here. Hope you're doing well. I'm great. I'm trying to get the heater to turn off. It's making all kinds of noise, but nothing's happening. Actually, really shouldn't even turn it off. There's construction going on in the house. There's people cutting tile out here, over there, and well, the doors are open. It's like 45 degrees outside. So really, I should probably. It's loud, but I should probably keep it on. Oh, there's the problem. The remote's falling to pieces. Okay, solve that issue. I have a new grow light here from Sansei, I'm not sure. It looks cool. I don't know much about it. I've never tried this one before. I have used their grow bulbs, which I have scattered about all over the place. And this thing right there, that's a grow light panel, and then another grow light over there. That's what that one over the palms over there looks like. It's a nice grow light. Has a heat sink in it. I mean, pretty much all of them do, but it stays nice and cool. Feels pretty heavy duty. I put that up last year. The plants grew wonderfully underneath this grow light. They weren't like, skyrocketing, but they maintained steady and even growth, which is pretty much all I'm asking for during the winter time when I have my plants inside. It's a model G21 GL R08. It's 100 watt. That's what I was trying to find. It's a 100 watt grow light. That's this right here. If I get in close enough, will it actually show you? You can see that. There you go. Yeah, it's this one. It was good. I liked it. I have another one, as you can see. It's right here. That I'm thinking about maybe adding over this table, so I'll have two of them, but also I don't know if I need to do that, and I have other spots where I think I could use this, so I'll probably hold off on that. What I'm really interested in is this one in this container, also known as a box, right here. Now this I've never tried before. This is from Sansei, and it's a disc. And I'm thinking that there might be really nice coverage with having a disc-shaped light. Get that off of there. And first thing I'm seeing out of the box or observing is that this is very lightweight. Which I'm one of those people where I like my tech to be nice and hefty and bulky. But when you're hanging things from the ceiling, that's not always the best way to go. It says right here that it is a 120 watt 4000K, huh? 4000K. Well, I'm gonna go check out that listing and read some more on this, because I thought it was listed as a grow light, and 4000K is not a spectrum I would be looking for a grow light, typically. So I'm gonna go do some reading and make sure I didn't get the wrong thing or order the wrong thing. Yeah, it says 4000K in the listing. That's on me. It is still listed as a grow light. Typically, with grow lights, you're going to see a Kelvin rating, generally 5 to 6500, and that's pretty much where you want to be. 4000. It'll actually probably be okay. That's still in the daylight range, but it's less red and it's gonna be more on the cool side. There's a sweet spot where your red is higher and you tend to get more growth, and then when you go below a number, which I think is 3000, things tend to warm up again and go more into that amber side, and then in the middle you have a lot of the bluey clear kind of light. And this is all stuff that we can't really perceive with our eyes to an extent, right? Most of us can tell the difference between a warm white, a soft white, and a cool white, and a straight up red light versus a straight up blue light. But reading the fine details in between, the human eye is not very good at that. You really need a spectrometer to get in there and evaluate those things, which I don't have. So this is going to be just an unboxing and hey, look at this. I'll report back as I'm using it to show you how things are going with this. What I liked about this was that, well, it was on sale. It's still on sale. I don't know if it will be when this video comes out, for $39.99, marked down from $88. That's a pretty great price. So I thought, well, okay, for a 120 watt grow light, I'll give that a try for sure. And it's nice and lightweight. It also came with a hook that's going to screw in there, and then a wire for hanging and mounting. Why? Why is there a hole? I don't get it. Instructions say nothing about this. I'm suspicious. This is all just speculation, but I'm wondering if this is just a utility light that they rebranded as a grow light. And I hate to say it, because I've always liked the CNC and the Sansai grow products that I've used, but 4,000 Kelvin's an odd place to put your temperature at for a grow light. It's fine for flowering, and you want to get things to fruit. For vegetative growth, you really want full spectrum. You want to be over 5,000, just under 7, really 67 to 6,500 Kelvin is about where you want to be. 4,000, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but that's okay, because I do have lots of hibiscus and things out here that I like to keep flowering, but really a full spectrum light in general keeps things flowering. I don't know if I can recommend this if it's 4,000 K, and that's what it says on here. It's what it says in the listing. I guess I just saw the good prices and yeah, I'll try that. Well, this is a bit of a wasted video. Okay, so maybe don't buy this and do buy this. I don't remember what they said the Kelvin rating was on this one. I've had this forever. I bet I can find it. Okay, well, so let's just make this more of a rundown on Kelvin, which is really just color temperature, at least when we're referring to grow lights and light in general. The lower numbers, like I mentioned, like below 3,000, below 4,000, those are going to be the temperature that you want more for fruiting and flowering. Then you have that mid-range, which is good for early stages of growth in plants, seedlings, propagation perhaps. And then a true full spectrum is usually going to be over 5,000 to 7,000. They say full spectrum because that's where you get bits and pieces of your red and all your different variations of light, all the full spectrum, Really? That's it? That's all I get? Oh, I need more than that. Alright, so it won't be that easy to set up. We gotta figure out a way to get an extension cord going up and through here. I just want to turn it on so we can have a look at it and compare it with these, just the Sansai LED grow bulbs that are over here that were supposed to be 6,500, I believe. It's been a long time since I read the packaging on these guys. Oh, okay. Like I said, human eye not good at detecting these things. But I actually think that that's probably, I don't know if that's 4K. I'm not really sure how they measured that out. It's coming off much more into the warm spectrum. So let me turn the other one on. There we go. So you can sort of see, I'll come down here. They'll show on camera, no, not really. Well, things are more into the clear white range with this one, and there's a hint more redded and blues over here. But again, the human eye is just not great at detecting a subtlety that small. Well, okay. Well, there it is. I don't know. Give it a try if you want. I can't say anything about it because that's just not a spectrum I normally recommend for a grow light. This one up here, I found the listing for it, and it doesn't say what the spectrum is. On it just says full spectrum. It doesn't say on here anywhere that I'm aware of, so I don't know. Maybe I've been dealing with the same thing with all these different... I don't know. Everything's upside down now. And all this one says on here is 36 watts, that it conforms to UL standards. That's another thing that I should have talked about with grow lights, heaters, electronics. I know it's pretty easy to find things for what seem like a really great price, a good deal. But if it's not UL listed, I won't use it because, well, if it burns the house down, then you're just SOL. If insurance finds out that you were using something that wasn't rated as safe to be used, then, they don't give a crap if your house burns down. They're just like, hey, you shouldn't have done that. So that's just something I should talk about while I'm at it. I'm going to see if I can dig up more info on those bulbs. Nah, doesn't say. Just same thing says full spectrum. Maybe it does somewhere in the listing, but I'm not digging through all that. This one clearly states 4K, 4,000. You can give it a try. See what it does for it. Wouldn't be my top recommendation. I got sidetracked while I was doing all this. The person who was doing the tile work needed something, and I helped him out with that, and he was talking about how his daughter loves them on stairs, and I said, oh, well, here you go, have one. And I took a big tip cutting off one of the ties, plopped it down in there, and said, you need to get it wet. I didn't have time to moisten the the moss, so that's going to be important. I gave it a dunk in the pond, so there's some moisture in there, but that's about it. I only wanted to make sure I include that so I can remember when I did that, and if I did anything special, which I did not. It's just a little side quest. Okay, well, I guess that's it for the grow lights, because I can't really recommend the one that says it's 4,000 until it's going to need some time. I typically, if you're buying a grow light, aim for over 5,000, or just any light in general for growing plants. Aim for over 5,000 if you want growth out of the plant. Flowering, you can go below that. Ideally, you want to be over 6,000, 6 to 6,700. That's a good sweet spot. I remember reading something years ago, and I don't know if it holds true, but it was a journal, and it was talking about plant growth, and like there are some gaps inside of the Kelvin range where plants just don't really do anything. And I thought that that's where 4,000 was, but maybe it was like between 3 and 3,500, or it may have been between 65 and 67. No, I think it was between 7 and 6,700, I think is where it was. But regardless, if it says full spectrum, you're probably good. And that one says full spectrum, just not quite up there with more of the reds that I would want, but that's okay. I think it'll probably still work. It could work better if they upped that range, but well, then maybe they wouldn't be able to sell it as a shop light also. Just speculating. I don't know. I don't know if that's what they're doing or not. You know, I can't help but wonder. All right, hey, thanks for hanging out for whatever the heck this was. I'm piddling around doing lots of odds and ends, and I unpack a new light. I usually like to talk about it, so there's that. It's on sale. Maybe if you just want a nice bright light, give it a try. It's lightweight, easy to hang. It is very bright. All right, comment down below. What are some of your favorite grow lights? I'm using those sand size. I have some of the Spider Farm and then the Via Spectras over here. These are Vipers. Viper and then Spider Farms. Plants seem very happy under both.